I want to talk about this slogan t-shirt that Pedro Pascal is wearing on the red carpet for Disney's Thunderbolts premiere in the UK. It says, "Protect the dolls." And I saw this, I knew exactly what it meant from that moment. But a lot of people might not be aware yet that this is a growing trend. A lot of celebrities are wearing this shirt, and a lot of people are buying it, or they're seeing it and not knowing where it originates. I also saw photos of Troye Sivan wearing it, and Addison Rae, and then Tilda Swinton as well jumped on the bandwagon. This is, of course, referring to transgender individuals, specifically men who identify as women, but it gets more specific than that, and we'll get into that. I found out that this was designed by a fashion designer named Connor Ives, and this is from the official page for the shirt, which is for sale now. The Protect the Dolls t-shirt was worn by Connor Ives in the finale of our Autumn-Winter 2025 show. After the groundswell of support and interest in the shirt, we've decided to make it available for pre-order. All proceeds from the sale of this shirt will be donated directly to Trans Lifeline, a trans-led US-based charity that delivers life-saving services to those who need them most. The hotline connects trans people to a wider community, offering support and resources they need to survive and thrive. Given the U.S. federal government's current hostility towards trans people, support like this is needed now more than ever. So they're donating the proceeds to this pro-trans nonprofit organization and citing, I'm guessing, executive orders about banning transgender people from the military, or
it was the stuff
new
about
executive
the
orders about
suicide hotline.
Well, it's not cited here as a suicide hotline. It's just a resource line. I don't know exactly what that means.
Well, I thought
they're also referring to transgender individuals like Hunter Schafer having their biological sex listed on their passport and official documents instead of the one they identify as. And this is what they are saying is current hostility towards trans people from the federal government. It goes without saying that's just a load of shit. But people are wearing this shirt as an act of protest. And it's funny because from what I've noticed, the pro-trans crowd online has a problem with it. They think it's actually politically incorrect to use the term dolls in your pro-trans advocacy.
My problem is that the shirt costs like $75.
Well, it's all for a good cause, you know?
Yeah.
So they pay up, fork it
so
over.
they can go to like chalets and ski resorts to brainstorm about their
consultant salaries.
Consultant fees.
I mean, it's obviously a racket.
I did actually find this interesting. On Reddit, r/asktransgender, is anyone else irked by the slogan "Protect the Dolls"? That post was deleted though. So
well, here's what it said. These shirts have become hot items and profits are being used to fund Trans Lifeline, which is literally saving lives. So I can't really say I'm mad at the effort, but I, 44 years old, male to female, seriously hate the slogan. Because masks, this is masculine presenting, and non-binaries are under attack too. And because the term dolls, while having legitimate roots in 80s ballroom culture, has a really toxic usage in trans femme culture today. Self-appointed gatekeepers of trans authenticity have constructed a fake caste system of dolls and bricks. If you have passing privilege or are successful at hyper-feminine presentation, you're a doll. If you don't, you're a brick. It's a toxic, mean girl culture that enforces cis-normativity through shame.
I guess the problem is when you get into these types of subcultures, they police themselves heavily, and they do not take kindly to any type of pushback. So they're going to have a hard time growing their own support because they're going to cut each other down because they all believe that everybody else is inherently trying to save their world the wrong way, and they're trying to save it the right way.
Right. They're constantly cannibalizing each other.
I mean, this is honestly true of all like subcultures these days. Like, look at what happened after, the election and everybody starts arguing with everybody. And
right. It's
what
not
happens.
exclusive to the left,
No.
but they do have a special propensity to attacking each other for not doing activism the quote unquote right way. Yeah. Or in an inclusive enough way. Another person said it's liberal celebrities dog whistling the fact that they only care about the cunty trans people.
Because that's what's popular?
I do not care what these people think the term doll means, or whether they find it offensive, or the subculture they're referencing. I think that they refer to men who identify as women as dolls because that's what they believe women are, that we are objects for display purposes, that womanhood is a costume, and that's all you really need to know. But this dichotomy between dolls and bricks is being pointed out as some kind of serious reason not to support the Trans Lifeline organization.
There's a 20.
DCNC said the UK is ahead of the game on how women are defined. Really? That happened? Woo, sucked in USA, join the Commonwealth, let's go, king whatever. UK rules, USA drools, UK number one, UK number one, UK number one. Haha. Well,
don't you guys get arrested?
You should know the name of your own king.
Don't you guys get arrested for saying stuff on social media?
They do, yeah. They're behind on most things, but just not this specific thing.
We love you anyways,
look,
DCNC.
I just wanted to point out, in regard to Pedro Pascal specifically, he's not doing the same thing as these other celebrities, just taking a selfie, posting it on Instagram. He showed up to an official Disney press event while being employed by Disney and ahead of the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. He's showing up to this event on the red carpet to have Disney press take photos of him being an activist. And what I pointed out is this is an obvious cause for firing. And even though that's not going to happen because he's their golden child, this is clearly evidence that's going to be used in Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney for wrongful termination, because she's already shown other examples where Pedro Pascal was given a pass to be openly politically divisive and hateful to people he disagrees with on social media, on his personal accounts. And now it has gone further than that. He has shown up to an official Disney event promoting Thunderbolts and wearing this slogan, which is politically divisive, no matter which side of the issue you fall on. It's divisive, especially now. Maybe not even 2 years ago you could say the same thing, but especially now, this is drumming up unnecessary controversy for the company, and he's not going to be privately reprimanded for it, and he's not going to face public consequences either. So I think Pedro Pascal just kind of won Gina Carano's lawsuit on her behalf. Like, so? He just did all the work for her at this point.
Maybe they were in on it together.
Maybe he's a double agent. I don't know. He's only had positive things to say about her. He stayed silent for the most part on her.
He didn't help her, and that's what people took issue with.
Yeah, he never threw her a bone. He never tried to help her, but he at least has had the integrity not to talk shit about her on a public platform. The problem is she even told people, Pedro Pascal came to me privately and told me I need to pretend to support this. He just posts
Which
hashtag
is weird,
trans
considering
rights.
he actually does care about it.
Yeah.
He would have a bigger issue with her not supporting it than he would the fact that she just isn't willing to fake it.
Mm-hmm. And she's such an undeniably nice, kind-hearted person that he wouldn't have felt right about, completely
bullying
like bullying her and stepping on her to get ahead. But it's clear enough that he is posturing, regardless of the fact that this issue is personal. It's of personal importance to him. And I do think that Disney should be clamping down on this, especially in the wake of Rachel Zegler's behavior and the flop of Snow White. And they're talking about restructuring their relationship with talent behind the scenes and making sure that no such scandal happens again on a Disney red carpet. The Snow White red carpet was completely locked down for that reason. But Pedro Pascal is still running amok, doing whatever he wants, wearing political slogans at an event.
He must have great blackmail material on somebody.
What's going on? Like, it's not an industry plant thing. It's probably that. It's probably like blackmail. Like, at this point, I can't think of a reasonable explanation, because Disney at the end of the day is a corporation. It's not a family, and it's not about maintaining a friendship with talent. It's about keeping them on a tight leash. That should be their priority right now.
Well, they're busy worrying about Shannon Sharp right now with ESPN.
I know. It's like putting out fires left and right for them at this point. Now, Dylan Mulvaney also recently posted on his Instagram wearing a shirt that says, "Don't mess with trans kids." It's not from the same designer or anything, but I assume it's also for the same cause. And this is like not fashionable. I just want to point out, like, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
This isn't fashionable. This issue has definitively fallen out of fashion, even on the left, and they're self-policing to correct that issue because it's objectively antisocial behavior. And they simply cannot help themselves.
Yeah, it's a big one but the thing is like, they'll move on to the next. I don't even know where wedge issues go from here. Like, I don't. Like, I don't know if we end up going back to pretending to care about the middle class, which is what I imagine they'll try to pretend like they care about, but they don't.
That is kind of where they're heading in that direction.
But here's the thing: it's to have like one of the best things for like celebrities was to have luxury wedge issues to care about, because it makes it less about your status and wealth. So if the celebrities want to pretend to care about the middle class, they're always going to get pushback, being disconnected from reality. Whereas when you care about luxury beliefs like body dysmorphia or something like transgender issues, race issues, those are luxury beliefs that is coded into the storytelling now, and sort of eliminate, like, they get away with the fact that they can talk about like systemic issues, even though they're technically part of the systemic issue towards the top of the tax bracket and all of these things. They kind of push that to the side. But if they go back to pretending to care about the middle class, everyone's gonna be like, what would you know? You haven't been middle class in decades.
Well, I think that Pedro Pascal's next best move would be to finally come out of the closet, because he's clearly acting like a catty gay man, and just stop with this nonsense. You know, you should be worried about keeping your job, actually.
I don't think he has to worry about
that.
Like,
they should light a fire under him, knowing that they have a track record for letting at Disney for letting talent cause them problems.
He will keep working.
It needs to be corrected. Like, they need to correct this, like, literally on a systemic level at this point. Because there's no reason why, after Rachel Zegler, you as a Disney talent should feel comfortable walking out onto a red carpet wearing a shirt that says "Protect the Dolls" for the Trans Lifeline. That's just not acceptable anymore.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media, and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.